Good morning, kings and queens. Good morning. Good morning. Try to see if I can invite some people on here. Good morning. I would like to welcome some of you on. Hope that you guys are able to share this message. Hello. Gonna wait a few seconds before people tune in. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello, good morning, Miss Luberta. All right, so good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you guys to my Truth Be Told. This is the season 1, volume 2. I've already recorded my first one, and this will be the second one. And so yesterday I was going to get on live, but I decided to wait until today. But today I wanted to talk about that you're not going to be able to move forward, all right, towards your future if you are continuing to look in the past. All right, so we all have a past. My past may not be your past may not be my past, right? But we all have a story. My story might not be your story might not be my story, but it's still a true story. And so on today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how we're not able to move forward because we're constantly carrying bags of our past. All right, and so I know there's been times where I think about a car, and I want to use the car analogy on this morning. And so with a car, there's a rear view mirror and then there's side mirrors. But you also have the front windshield, okay? And so the purpose for using the side mirrors as well as the rear view mirror is so that you will be able to have a view from the past, from what's behind you, right? So our past is behind us. It's our past for a reason because it's behind us. And so a lot of times we take the time to look in the rearview mirror because we're trying to change lanes instead of staying in our own lane. And I know that even with the rearview mirror, it's smaller. It's smaller than the windshield, as well as the side mirrors. The side mirrors, there are words that are on the side mirror that basically states that things appear closer than they actually are. So a lot of times, things that we have overcome in our past, things that we have already pushed forward to, push forward through, we're constantly looking in the rearview mirror. Okay, we're constantly looking through the side mirrors. And so I'm using this analogy as a car to be able to explain what I'm going to talk about today. But the rearview mirrors, they are small, and we tend to look behind us instead of paying attention to what's in front of us. And so the windshield is way larger than the rearview mirrors or the side mirror because of the fact that we need to make sure that we're going to look forward. Because if we don't look forward, then we will crash. Also, with the car analogy, I wanted to share that, there may be some junk that we're putting in our trunks, right? That we're carrying. This is all the baggage, the luggage that we're carrying from others and our past. Yet, at the end of the day, we don't have to carry our past. If God has forgiven us for our past, then we have to choose to forgive ourselves so that we can move forward in Him. All right? And so, a lot of times, the rain will come, different precipitation will actually come, and it will get us off track because we can't see. The fog, all right, in the morning times, it blurs our view. So we're not able to look ahead. And so on today, I want to challenge you to no longer, you don't need the rearview mirror. You don't need the side mirrors, okay? In this journey that we call life, we need to look ahead. We need to look forward. We need to focus on what lies ahead of us. And you may not understand or know what's going to be ahead of you. We may be in a season right now of what's next for us. And during this time that we're quarantining, that we're isolated, the Lord will, allow us the opportunity to understand and know that He has a plan and a future for us. And so a lot of times we try to force what's in our past to be part of our right now. And so I just want to encourage someone on today to recognize and understand that you cannot move forward if you're constantly dragging your past along. Okay, your past is definitely what created you, what made you who you are. And before people are quick to judge on your actions and your behaviors, they don't know what you've been through, but it has created a person, this person that you are today. But you don't have to continue to deal and handle things that we go through in life as if it was you then. So now what you know now as an adult, okay, and what you wish you would have known now, you would have been able to do something differently back then. But now that you know what you know, then we can look forward. We can keep from getting distracted in this season. We don't have to look back. We don't have to carry bags. You know, the shame, the blame, the hurt, the upsets, the discouragement, all those things that have come along with the past. We don't have to do that no longer. And so on today, I just want to get on here and to share and to encourage you all to recognize that, you know, your future is so much bigger than what your past has been. You know, we can't fully enjoy love or know what love is if we never experience pain and hurt. Okay, we can't experience what it means and if we've never, you know, went through a season of grief or losing things. All right. And so I want you guys to stay focused on the windshield, which is the biggest part of the car. And also, not only just that, but think about it. Who is riding with you in your vehicle? Now, if these people are, if they're not adding to, you know, they're taking away. If they're not helping you, they're hurting you. And so sometimes we have to stop the car and we have to let people out, okay? So we don't want junk in our trunk. We don't want to be carrying extra baggage from ourselves or others, as well as we don't want to be carrying people who are not going towards our destiny with us, who does not have the same goal in mind. All right, so there's going to be some people who can't go with you on this journey where God is getting ready to take you. And so in all in all, you're going to have to be the one to drop it off, to drop some people off, to let some people out. Okay? And so I want you to be encouraged. You do have a future. And God has a future and a plan for you, and you may not necessarily know what that looks like right now. You may not understand what my next is going to be. But during this time and during this season right now, I need for you to focus not on the rearview mirror, not on the side mirrors. It says that your past appears to be closer than what it looks like when you've already overcome that. You've already been over that hurdle. So let's look forward. Let's look straight ahead. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Let's go forward. All right? Instead of looking behind us and allowing our past to trip us up. Because we don't want, how can we get forward? How can we move forward to the things that God has for us if we're constantly looking in our past? Okay, so I wanted to just encourage you. Yes, we all have a past. We all have had some things that we had to go through, some losses, some gains, some ups, some downs, some heartache, some pain, whatever it may be, it may have been. But we don't have to allow our past to dictate our future. On today, you can be free. You can be free from that. And believe it or not, there's going to be people who are going to bring your past up. And if you haven't dealt with that, if you haven't healed from that, then it can cause a distraction. It can keep you from getting, you know, being on course. And so on today, I wanted to encourage you to take the rearview mirrors down. Take the side mirrors. Don't focus on those. Let's focus on the windshield on today. All right, let's look forward. Let's keep our eyes on the prize so that we can continue to drive towards our destination. Our destination is destiny. And in a season right now, we're in between purpose and destiny. And now that you have found your purpose and you have recognized and realized that God has given you a gift or talent, and now that you want to use that stuff, right, to be able to encourage someone, to uplift someone, to inspire someone, we don't want to get distracted by those who are around us who mean us no good. We don't want to get distracted by the junk that's in our trunk, that we're carrying around, baggage and luggage, and that we're not able to make space for the new things that God wants to give us. And so I wanted you guys to be encouraged on today. And I want you guys to recognize that you no longer have to live in your past. Your past is just that, your past. Yes, it has some of the things that you have went through have created you to be the person that you are today. But you no longer have to carry your past. You don't want to be a bag lady. You don't want to be a bag boy. Okay? You want to make sure that you're going to look forward and press toward the mark of the higher calling, which is in Christ Jesus. And He has a plan for you. He has a purpose for you. So we no longer will be tripped up by our past. Okay? We're not going to allow our past to keep us down. We don't want to stay there. We want to move forward. Okay? And don't be deceived by what those side rearview mirrors say. That things appear a little bit closer than they really is. Your past really as close to you now? It looks like. Don't be deceived by what it looks like. Don't be deceived by what it looks like on today. Let's look at the windshield. All right, let's look forward. That's why it's so big, because that's the most important part of the vehicle. If not, then we'll wreck. We'll have an accident. So we don't want to be distracted. We don't want to carry baggage from our past. We want to move forward, and we want to stay focused. And that is my truth be told for today. If you guys could just subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing this on live, but I'm also going to be putting it on YouTube. So you can subscribe to my channel, Black Market TV. That's with a Q. And so I thank everybody for tuning in today and just share. It is Saturday, so I actually want to just, encourage people to look forward. We're going somewhere. I don't know where your destiny ends. I don't know where your destination is. I don't know where you're going to end up. We're in a season of next. We don't really know what's next right now. But in this season, while we're in our homes, and we're able to just self-reflect and to think about what has happened to us in the past, that's okay. It's okay for you to look back, to see where you come from, to remember where you've been and where you're going. But don't allow your past to hold you down. Don't allow your past to seem as if it's right on your heels when you've already overcame that. Let's look forward. Let's chase towards the prize. Let's look through the windshield. Let's make sure we don't have any fog or any rain that's in our view, so that we can be able to see clearly. My sister has actually tagged our YouTube channel, and so this is the first season and the second volume. And so you can stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading these videos from week to week. And so I thank everybody for tuning in today. We are going places. You're going places. I don't care what the enemy tells you, that you're not this, you're not that. It's a lot of you guys who are watching who have creative juices. Y'all have plans. Y'all have things that God has already shown y'all. Y'all have visions. And we're going to successfully achieve those things. We might not know how. We might not know exactly the next step. But that's where we have to put our trust and our faith in God, because we're not sure. We're unsure. But we don't have to let things that are uncertain, all right, scare us or get us off track. Because God is going to lead us. But we definitely we're gonna need clarity. We're gonna need wisdom. We're gonna need knowledge. We're gonna need the blueprint, so we can look back and recognize and see where it is that we are going, where we are going. Okay, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't get off track. Don't be deceived by what it looks like in the rearview mirror. It appears that your past is closer to you than you think. Don't look back for a second. Times when we are distracted, if we're driving and texting, we can get distracted. It only takes a few seconds and an accident can take place. And so I just wanted to come on here to encourage you all that, your past is just that, your past. And we're going to move forward in this. And you have a plan. God has a plan for you. You have a future. Okay? So we're not going to be distracted in this season. We're gonna continue to look forward and press towards the mark of the higher calling, which is in Christ Jesus. And so I just wanted to get on here and speak that word. I'm not for sure who was going to encourage on today, but be encouraged. Know that you don't have to drag your past along with you. The shame, the blame, the guilt, the embarrassment, the hurt. All right, we all got testimonies. We all been through different situations, things that we want to talk about, things that we may of, things that we may have never spoken on or spoken about because we're afraid of what this person or that person is gonna say. If we tell our real testimonies, then a lot of times people can get free. They can be set free. They can be delivered. They can move forward in the things of God, in which is our destiny. All right, so we're right through here in this gap. In this gap, we're between purpose and destiny. And there's going to be a lot of people who can't go with you where God is taking you. So let's not try to reconnect. There's going to be a season of loneliness that you may go through. And even in the season of loneliness, it's very important that you don't reconnect with toxic people, that you don't reconnect with things from your past. Because it's nothing but a distraction. Even the enemy, the devil, know where you're getting ready to go. He sees your future before you even see it. And so you don't want to be distracted. All right? You don't want to take people with you who don't have the same goal in mind, who is not going to try to help you or help you reach your destination, who doesn't have the same mindset as you. You have to be around like-minded people. Okay? And so, like I stated before, my story may not be your story. Your story may not be my story, but it's still a true story. And even though we all have a past, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. God is perfecting those things which concerning us. We're not perfect. And people are quick to throw up your past. They're quick to throw up what you done or what you used to do or who you used to mess with or whatever the case may be. Sometimes they can't let that hurt go. They can't let that pain go. They won't let your past just be your past. But you keep looking forward and you don't let that be a distraction. You don't let that discourage you. Because you know what God showed you. You know the vision that He has already given you. All right. And so I want you to go and subscribe to our Black Market page where everything is on cue. And I thank you guys for tuning in to the Truth Be Told section, Season 1, Volume 2. I hope you guys have a blessed Saturday. Bye.